All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And if you can't tell already, I have the flu.
Bum, bum,
So,
bum.
yay me. This is day 3 with this son of a bitch, and it's knocked me on my ass. I had to skip work for a couple of days, and I had to go in today because my partner in crime booked today and tomorrow off. So I'm stuck at work for a couple of days still. Hopefully, by the end of tomorrow, this will be gone. Because I'm going out for dinner for my birthday tomorrow at a little place called Pepino's, which is a very fancy Italian restaurant with meatballs the size of my head. With their
Well,
spaghetti.
what he da.
I didn't pick the place. I don't mind Italian food, but it's not at the top of my list. I take Greek food or Lebanese food or anything like that any day of the week.
Not one for the red sauces.
Most of the time I get heartburn from because of the tomatoes. So
that could be it. That's why I could see you going towards like the Alfredo and then to some of the other. Yeah, I see that.
Well, thank you, everyone. Wishing a happy birthday. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Tomorrow, though, and I'm going to be 57, like the year of the best Chevrolet ever.
57. 2057 anyway. Is the best year.
No.
How do you know this, Neil?
It's from the future.
I know it. I win bingo. Neil's from the future. I win.
I'm aging backwards. Next year I'll be 56, and then the year after that I'll be 55.
So that you Benjamin were born in
1966.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, I'm old.
Yeah.
It's not the size of the meatball. It's hey man, when they're like huge. They're like baseball sized meatballs. They're massive. And I'm not a spaghetti guy, but I'll eat the meatball, that's for sure.
Polly, that is very close.
75. Oh yeah, but he's dyslexic, so it's actually 57. I say 57 is the coolest year for the Chevy because that's the vehicle that I was conceived in by my original birth parents. The back seat of a 57 Chevy. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on with the actual shit that we're supposed to be doing here. Welcome to the show, Brenna.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me. I mean, Mikey kind of like
Mikey roped you into this, didn't he?
He guilted me.
How could you say that about
our plan
me?
Worked, Mikey.
You should feel terrible about accusing me about that. You should feel awful.
No, he kind of guilted me, but then at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm waiting for my invite. Like, invite me. So luckily, we got this all settled, and here I am.
Well, I believe you're the last holdout from the Bid podcast to be on the show. So
again, I wasn't holding out. I wasn't invited, Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey.
I was all those episodes
every week.
Now look, if I had a cupcake for everybody except Brenna, right? And I did that once, then it'd be like what? And it happened one week, and then it was like another week, and then like every week, everyone else keeps getting cupcakes. And she never got a turn. There's no way she wouldn't say anything. She told me I have to wake up early. I can't be up all night because the after parties were a little bit more raucous back then. And the show was later. But she didn't ask since back then. So I think we're all at fault here, is what I'm saying.
Just all pass around the blame here.
I'm gonna pass to Brenna back to
I want cupcakes. Thanks.
Blame tennis. All right, you serve. All right, yeah. So anyways, Brenna, I don't know if Mikey told you what we do here, but we chat with people about how they found their way free from whatever belief systems they were once part of. And I'm not sure if you're ever a believer or not. CZ never told me, but
oh yeah.
If you have some kind of story.
Well,
we would definitely like to hear it.
Okay. So both my parents, they grew up kind of in religious situations. My dad was raised Episcopalian.
Wow.
What's that? What's that one do?
I mean, where they pale in the Piscas.
I call it a poor man's Catholic, or like, you know, the more liberal version of a Catholic.
Episcopal.
And Episcopalian. And my mother's a recovering Catholic. And
Recovering Catholic.
Those are her words. She has taught me to use the phrase recovering Catholic because she was raised Catholic. It wasn't a good situation for any of them. So she got out of that when she was basically her mother died when she was about her mother died when she was about 11 years old. So after that she was kind of forced around. So I think to her family to be raised. So I think she got out of the Catholic Catholicism pretty quickly.
Mikey's secretary's losing her mind.
She's done with her bottle.
The office manager has had dinner.
Yeah, she's done. She wants to be cleaned up.
This isn't even empty.
I myself, I was baptized. That's about as far into the religion that I got, and the only reason was I was baptized Episcopalian, my father's side. Is it because instead of having one godparent, I have three, and that was the only reason. It was basically to make my families happy. Basically, both sides of the family get happy. So I did have a godmother, and two other godparents that
a fairy.
What's he going on about?
So I had a godmother, and it was really nothing more than she was just family friend. You know, she was my neighbor. So a godparent to me is just it's just another word for like, oh, you're the auntie, or you're the uncle, or you're the other mother kind of thing. So I never associated it really with a religious aspect. But it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be your spiritual guide, right? The other.
So the mafia is what you're talking about. So you join the mafia.
Because I'm a godfather too.
And then somebody has to have a cat or something on their lap, right, Mikey?
Yes. And then there's a horse's head.
A hairless cat.
Yeah. There you go.
Excellent.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah, I want one of those cats because I'm allergic to their hair.
No, it's the dander you're allergic to, not the hair.
But then the cat will be ashy and I can give him lotion. And I think that's adorable.
Just lubing up my cat here.
No, I can relate that during the wintertime, lotion is essential to healthy skin. We are not built for this climate.
It's too dry. It's
too dry, man.
Yeah.
Alma says that pepinos is just the word for cucumbers.
That is true.
I had no idea.
I bought a pepino Gatorade once, and I was very upset.
What?
I did not know that's what that was.
Cucumber water.
It's like, this is water, but worse.
But it tastes not like water.
This is water minus.
Negative water.
Water minus.
Oh, jeez.
So did you have any kind of religious influences on like formative years, like Sunday
school? Did you ever church go or anything like that too?
Actually, so my dad went to a very nice private college here in Southern California, Pomona College. It's part of the Three Sisters College. It's weird situation, but he decided that he wanted to do both mathematics. So he went into major in mathematics and then major in philosophy at the same time. Well, mathematics was harder, so he straight to philosophy. So yes, my dad is one of those. He majored in philosophy.
I'm really more of an outside the box kind of guy, not so much in the box. So
pretty much that's what his philosophy, like that's what his final for his philosophy program was basically like, you can just bullshit your way through anything. That's what he wanted to do. But that also led me to like that we had discussions about religion, philosophy, humanity, morality, all that stuff since my brother and I were sitting at the kitchen table. Like, that's normal.
We got to pause for a second so that jerk can go.
Oh, okay.
everybody wait, please. Should I play the thing?
She can hit rewind.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, hold on. No, I won't do it. It's so loud and disruptive. If it was quieter, I would do
it. Awesome.
I'll do it. I don't care.
So we had discussions. My brother and I, my family, we would always have discussions about religion and philosophy, humanism, stuff like that. It was just, to me, religion was never like, it was never me. Like, I didn't believe that I had to be religious in any way, whether it was to be with my family or to rebel against them. It never was something that that was a part of me. So even as I grow older and you do sort of, you tap into religion a little bit, because a lot of my friends were religious, especially Mormons. We have a big Mormon community here.
Oh boy.
And so it was
those winners.
So speaking to other people about their religions, it wasn't normal for me to talk about religion to other people, because I came from the aspect of, you have to question it. Like, it's all about questioning. Like, what is it about this? What is it? I mean, I had arguments about abortion rights when I was, 13 years old, because it was something we talked about. Like, in my family is rights, gay rights, abortion rights, whether homeschooling. I came from a family of public school teachers, so it's like, what's all this?
Dude, so you were getting like the critical thinking question at the end of like your homework that you dreaded. That was like your dinner table, like every day.
That was normal.
Oh, was normal. You poor thing, Brenna. You should have been able to watch wrestling and spray chocolate sauce at your brother and be, they made you think all day. Those monsters.
I was raised by intellectuals. I'm sorry.
You poor thing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So
that sounds like a well-reasoned way of having discussions with your kids about things without saying, and now let me tell you about this. It's
right.
You let them talk about it without knowing they're talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, in philosophy was such a part of our family so much that we had to do a historical figure, famous person in 6th grade. I had to write a report. My dad handed me a book on René Descartes. And if you know anything about René Descartes, not only was he a mathematician, but a philosopher, and he coined the phrase, "I think, therefore I am." I did a report. Well, I was 12 years old, and I did a report in school about this guy. That was normal. And you know what? We had multiple books in the house about that. We had so it really was like we would learn critical thinking. We would learn how to discuss. And Mikey knows we discuss all the time about how we discuss things on the air.
That's at the Bin Podcast. You can go to youtube.com/
link in the description box below.
Go ahead and subscribe early. You want to read the line.
Real quick, I have an answer for Brother Sid there about the dinosaur bones with the soft tissue. It was the situation how the dinosaur was fossilized, and iron in the dinosaur's body preserved the tissue before it could decay. So that's how they found it. It's extremely rare. There's only been, I think, 1 or 2 cases ever of finding any soft tissue whatsoever. But it does happen from time to time. Just because we don't know about something doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right? So now we do know. So now they know what to look for. Anyway, carry on.
Where's the more you know button, Mikey?
Oh,
come on. You are failing.
I'm not on my...
I like the G.I. Joe one. Now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Maybe I should put that on there.
So discussing religion, especially with my friends, it was hard because you want to respect them because they're your friends and you want to be nice to them. At the same time, you're like, you're what is this? Like, why
what
are
you saying?
Why are you talking to you're 14 years old. You shouldn't be going to R-rated movies anyway. Why are you talking about how bad R-rated movies are? You're 14 years old. Like, you're not going there anyway.
I can't believe this is in this movie.
There's nudity. Yes, it's not for you. Oy.
Grown-ups are big fans of that, I hear.
Yeah, and so I have been to religious ceremonies before, wanting to. I wanted to learn. I like to learn things. So I wanted to see what it was all about, and boy, I am no fan of organized religion. And I've been that way for so many years, where there's so much like strange ceremony in so many of the, like, I was doing
rituals
couple years ago during the pandemic, because I was working for a digital media company, and we were doing Jewish high holidays. I know
all about that.
Multiple different ones. It was great. I traveled to Beverly Hills. We were doing, day-long shoots. It was fun and interesting, and I loved it. But boy, like, we had to do reshoots because the doors to the cabinet in the back that held the scripture, sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's closed. We had to do reshoots on whether or not the cabinet doors were open or they were supposed to be closed. And I'm going, this is what our time is spent on, is whether or not the cabinet door, that's how important it is to God that your doors are open or they're closed. Oh, it got frustrating because, like, we were there for so long doing reshoots because of doors. Like, to me, I was like, I can't believe people do this. I can't believe people do this as part of their lives. But maybe because I never had
Jesus runs in. What are you boarding a barn? Oh, wait. It's the best dad joke ever.
No. Anyway, so yeah. So for me, the idea of organized religion is a little different to me, but I would never consider myself a believer. I am an atheist, and I don't see myself any other way believing, because I think my brain has been always questioning everything since I was a kid, that it's like, if I even try to go, like, okay, so let's go through, let's say something happened. God smite this guy. Okay, the lightning struck. I still would be like, nah, it's just coincidence. It was wrong place, wrong time. I don't know.
Someone clearly has a lightning rifle. Must be around here somewhere.
There's a Tesla coil nearby.
Yeah, right. This guy's got batteries in his pockets.
Titanium hip, maybe.
Oh my God, that'd go right through your hip. Oh, hip would ache for 1,000 years.
This is for you. Whoopsie daisy. Hang on here. This is for you.
I'm trying to burp your niece.
For
she's too cute.
For Brother Sid, this will explain everything to you. There's the article on how they found the element Fe, which is iron, and how it works in preservation, stuff like that. And you're right though. They found probably, I think, a dozen or so since the first one in 2003, I think it was, so, or 5 or something like that. Anyway, that link will take you to all the explanations on the preserved soft tissue in bones that are millions of years old. Still, if you think about it, of all the millions of species, if there's only like a half dozen or a dozen of them that they've ever found, that's not that big of a number. So it's still extremely rare that does happen. But we know that these bones are old because we have been able to date them that far. And no, carbon-14 dating doesn't work on it because it's not organic anymore. Well, now the soft tissue would be considered organic, but I don't know if they've ever done anything like that with that. But anywho, back to Brenna. That's what yours says. So anyone in your family that's still religious?
Not like, let's say, religiously religious, like somebody
like not fundamentalist. Or...
Yeah, which is nice because then there's not a lot of resentment. But there are some. I have Christian family that believe that transgender individuals are crazy and
really
that my aunt was living with her girlfriend and her brother would talk to
sinful.
her. I know, exactly.
Oh no.
And that's after she divorced her husband. So yeah, and then it's just not something that it's not an important part of our family, because especially on my mom's side, who are recovering Catholics, they all had shared trauma. And part of that was religious trauma. My mother would tell me stories that her grandmother would yell at the girls for running around and calling them sinners for running. Because yeah. So you think there was a little bit of religious trauma going on there, and the fact that their father would drop them off at church on Sunday so that he could go drink and he wouldn't have to worry about kids. Yeah.
Come on, girl. It's time for Sunday school.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in the car.
Yeah. I'll pick you up at
7:30.
See you Tuesday.
Exactly. So definitely on my mom's side, there's so much religious trauma that I just think like they found their corners afterwards and they just stayed there. So there really isn't much when it comes to, we don't talk about religion very much with them, which is nice because I still love my family, even though there are one that, there are very conservative people who tend to not like half the family members because of the religious aspect of what they believe. But it's not something that, like, I don't blame anybody right now. It's not helpful. I like having a family. Unlike my mother, don't resent her family as much as she does, which is fine. They all had trauma. They all had problems.
It can be tough to recover from that stuff too, right? So
that's why she calls herself a recovering Catholic, because it's never going to leave you. And I see even today, like there still is that trauma, especially when it comes to her and especially her sisters and her sisters that she grew up with. Especially after her mother died, and it was like you could see that whatever they grew up with, like they shared, and it's still traumatic to them. I've heard plenty of conversations, late night conversations between them about how they grew up, and it's traumatic, and you can tell, and that's why it's like seeing that.
Yeah.
And realizing I'm lucky that I didn't have to grow up that way. And I feel terrible for people who have that kind of religious trauma, and that the religious trauma transforms into all different types of trauma and abuse, and that it's not pleasant, and I don't like seeing it. I don't like hearing about it. And I definitely don't like people who perpetuate that towards their others.
I have a solution for that, actually. Well, not a solution, because it takes some work to get to a solution, but I have links in every one of my shows to an organization called Recovering from Religion, where they talk to people, and they actually have people there that can help people with dealing with religious trauma. So, and my friend Janice Selby runs a little thing every year called Court, which is or Center for Religious Trauma.
Oh.
So, and anyone that's looking for someone to talk to about it, there are ways to do so, including secular therapy and stuff like that as well. So,
Absolutely.
That's nice. It's nice to have that.
So
Jeff AKC, religious trauma is a very real thing, and people do seek help. And there are many people that are very busy helping people with their religious trauma. So,
because it affects so
it's
much
brainwashing.
of you. It's
Yep.
so
And people have to get unbrainwashed when they have to deal with reality. Yeah, it gives them a skewed sense of reality from the lies they've been told, and they have to be taught what the real world is because someone has been lying for personal gain, and that's kind of gross.
Mikey, you know how much I love cults, and I love. I absolutely, and that's part of it because there's.
Yes, absolutely, Alma.
Yeah, there is
super loving.
Yeah.
Troll too hard.
Jeffrey said Jesus is the only way to heaven. Well, if I don't want to go to heaven, then I don't care. If I'm going to be stuck up there with idiots like you, then I don't care.
Yeah, dude. If you're on that team, I'll go the other way.
Yeah, you're not a good spokesperson for heaven or for Jesus.
I don't want both of us to be in the. I don't want both of us in the same spot, so I'll just go opposites.
Yeah,
whatever.
Wherever the better one is, right? Wherever the party's at.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was I was watching, but the guy ends up in hell or whatever. And Satan's like, oh, yeah, here's your mansion there. Nice green, lush lawn. And by the way, parties are every Saturday. We have the sex orgies on Wednesdays. We got blah, 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 blah. And he goes, okay, but what's that big fucking stone fence with all the screaming I hear on the other side? Oh, those are the Christians. That's what they think happens down here. So we make it a reality for them.
It's like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone with the Michael Jordan fucking dancing in the house, rocking around the Christmas tree, just making it look like something's going on.
There you go. Just pretending. That's funny.
Go to sleep, little baby. She's singing the song of the siren song of the baby.
Yeah. She's calling us all in.
Yeah, she's cooing.
Aww. What else do you want to know?
Look here.
How'd
you get stuck with Mikey in the Bin podcast?
I have compromising photographs.
Look, we don't talk about that.
Bribery, right? I knew it.
She's very expensive. I have to pay her to be my friend. It's so much money.
Well, the same with the other bins, the binners. We were all friends with another fantastic atheist, Jesse Dollamore, and
I'm trying to get him.
We all just started doing like the after Zoom calls. We started doing our own little after parties, and it ended up being so much fun. And of course, everything now shut down at this point, and
right.
We were all bored, and we decided to sit in front of our computers and talk to each other. And we've been doing it for so long. It is
kind of how I met Mikey around the same time too, and everything kind of shut down, and then we're all stuck inside. And I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to get people to come on the show then than it is now. That's for sure.
Yeah, they have lives now, Neil. That's the fucking. We're gonna have to bring back old Covey.
I'll release a new virus. No, I mean,
Neil's the first carrier. He's patient 0. He's been testing it in his lab.
Yes, this is new one. It's called influenza. Oh, wait a minute.
No, it's a lowercase n.
Yeah, there you go.
Lowercase is the
like
N virus?
Like a subscript N dash, regular dash.
It's Neelovid.
Oh.
604vid.
604vid.
Oh, geez. What are we doing?
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Oh, it's
getting Canadians.
Paulie says, I'm gestating the new virus in my body right now.
He's going to go out to somewhere in public and sneeze.
He's going to go throw up on everybody.
Get him a mask. Get him a mask.
You're infected, and you're infected, and you're infected, and you're infected. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the hell, So
I actually have not gotten COVID, by the way.
for COVID 24, the COVID.
COVID. Oh.
Oh no! This
COVID 604.
I don't know if that's worse. I don't know if that's how the numbers work, but it doesn't sound better. It sounds worse.
It does sound worse. It sounds bigger.
It sounds more impressive. Sounds ready to do
tell,
whatever it does.
Painful.
So I just got a funny thing is I'm sick with the flu now, and then today I got a text from our whatever government branch handles this shit, but I got a text saying you can come in for the flu virus or for the flu vaccine and for the new COVID variant vaccine. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, can you do them at the same time? And people are like, yeah, we've done the same time, but a friend of mine did it, and he got them both in the same arm.
Oh boy!
And it fucked him up for 2 days. It's like,
yeah,
I can't
you have
do
to
shit.
prepare for that.
Yeah,
I prepared for that one, and I get a reaction to the flu vaccine.
Sure. Yep.
Because so it would work. So I had to prepare 3-day weekend for that.
Wait. Here we go.
COVID the 13th, Freddy's cough.
That's good.
It sounds like the after show already.
Points and points.
And there you go. So I'm not lying. Dave got the same text today. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my updates. The viruses and wrenches. Yeah.
It's a sea of blue out there, baby.
Hey, Stool's hanging out with us over on Twitch. What's going on, Stool? My brother.
Yeah, I see that, Stool. Nice try.
My brother from an English mother.
Oh, hi, Skits.
Oh shit.
I gotta get you booked. We'll do that in the after party. So Brenna, has there ever been any? I was reading the chat. Has there been any kind of religion that's even kind of just been like, ooh, I kind of like that part? Any kind of
pagan witches stuff like that.
I was just gonna say,
like solstice stuff.
I was a teenage girl once.
Me too. Well, I wasn't the teenage girl, but I was.
Wait a minute. Rewind.
Wait a second.
All right, I was a teenage girl.
I was a teenage girl once, and yeah,
before the beard.
So it was pretty fun to sort of go through those magic spell books and.
Yeah, I still have mine.
I got rid of mine, and I'm so sad because they were really good. But that also sort of got me like into like naturalism and things like herbs and foods and stuff like that.
Relevant.
Well, that's a whole different side of
yeah, not the walnut helps your brain, kidney bean helps none of that shit.
Well, the peat is good because it tastes good in the whiskey.
Yeah, actually, it just kills the coronavirus. Don't you know that? That's why I have never gotten it. So you're thinking with the wrong side of your brain, sir.
She's batting 1,000. I can't say shit. Like she hasn't missed.
But yeah, like I grew up, but a friend of mine, we would get our little witch books and do our little spells.
In the woods.
I do.
Did you find a rock?
You do, these are things that you do, Mikey. If you ever studied
a
white
black
witchcraft,
candle?
You're confusing her, Mikey. Stop it.
So I actually bought myself just recently a new pack of, because I got rid of my old pack of tarot cards, but I do have a new pack of tarot cards. But they're Alice in Wonderland. They're Alice in Wonderland.
Cool.
So they're very pretty.
So totally me. Alistair Crowley deck.
So I did get myself a tarot card deck for fun because I still have my runes somewhere.
Me too.
So
I made mine out of that clay that you can. I made the little gray tabs, and I took red clay and made the symbols and hardened it,
cool.
and I still have them. They're somewhere in storage, I think. But I used to carry them around on my belt. They were strapped onto my belt, so in case I ever needed to do a reading, I could just pull out a few and go.
There
like
you
rolling
go.
the bones kind of thing and go.
You
All
can
right,
impress
that's it.
people by
We're
your
gonna get into an accident.
Oh, let me roll the bones. Oh shit, that was a bad idea.
Oh no,
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
It said train from above. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
We're just gonna go with what they say.
So I ended up getting a job in a skyscraper and was trained on the top floor.
Oh whoa.
Right.
Whoa. Okay. That's funny.
Elevator repairman.
Elevator repairman. Yeah. I'm a business window glass cleaner, and I'm up on the ladder.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
there you
that
go.
might not be a thing. Yeah.
No.
But I mean, I still kind of every once in a while I'll like pick up a mint leaf and I'll be like, okay, I'll wish upon it. But it's just for fun. It's part of those like it's harmless stuff. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's just kind of fun, and it just gets me to do something.
Yeah, us teenage girls were strong.
I miss being a teenage girl. You could just talk about.
Apparently,
shit.
so do I.
There you go. See.
I would like to dispel.
What you know what, Neil?
Like
in a few years, you'll be at that point since you're aging backwards.
I would like to dispel all the rumors about child labor that I've been making Neil do this show and exploiting this child's labor. It is not true.
Lies.
This is all going into a college fund for Neil when he comes of age.
There you go.
Where's my little sign that says "Help me"? Help me.
Fussy girl. Fussy.
Oh no.
Office manager is pissed off.
Jeez. I've been in that position too. I get pissed off.
Yes. Mikey is going through his friends now. It's Brenna.
That's all he has, really. I mean, I got to be the last one.
Yeah, I think so. He's only got about a half dozen friends, something like that.
You can count them on one hand, kind of thing.
He's fingering somebody over that way. I'm not sure who it is, but
he's pointing somewhere. I don't know.
Apparently, he's pointing at the ceiling.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mikey, either join the conversation or leave. That's
what's up?
Yeah.
Baby boss.
Baby boss. Oh.
Hashtag we're all teenage girls.
I don't want my baby on stream.
Oh, okay.
Not until she's
since when?
What, 6?
She's only on like at the very end of stuff, and I never broadcast it because you guys are fucking monsters on the internet, and I don't want you looking at my baby.
Oh, I see.
She's sweet and innocent, and if anyone says anything about her, I don't know what I'll do. I'll say something.
Sweet and innocent until she starts begging it for the keys to the car.
She can have the Mini Cooper.
There you
go.
Oh
yeah, that's right. Oh, can I be your kid too? I want a car. Wait, I already bought one. Never mind.
You'll have to share it with me. All right, now, Carrie, you're going to share with your brother Neil now. Drive it up to Neil. It's his turn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See you in a week.
Yeah, fucking 4,000 miles.
Oh my God.
Over the mountains in a Mini Cooper.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that.
I'd go south.
What's going on,
Go
Amber?
to the Grand Canyon, and then ride up the coast. Sounds like a good drive.
Doorknob head says it's true. We are monsters. Mikey's correct.
See?
If I'm a monster, I must have some sort of a flame thing because I am burning up right now.
Are you Natsu? Are you the dragon dude? Are you Dragonborn?
Should be, yeah. That sounds about right.
What was that, fairy tale?
Oh my God.
I don't know what that's from.
So what do you talk about on your podcast?
I talk about on my podcast? I don't have a podcast, Mikey. I have to share. I have to
she was
share
raised right, Mikey.
I
share with her friends.
Share with a Norwegian who never shows up.
Married life.
A Englishman, a Brit whose back hurts, and then this guy who's been yelled at by a baby. Do you think I have? Do not have my own podcast. I have to wait for these guys. No. Yeah. So it's kind of nice the way that we restructured the bin podcast so that we're not necessarily like we used to cry a lot or get mad a lot. There's a lot of angry words. We sometimes had to stop broadcast because we were getting a little too out of hand. Yeah. There are definitely some off-camera stories, broadcast stories.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, there's some things that will remain not
Patreon.com/the bin podcast, and I'll tell you everything.
Right, exactly.
Money.
$20 a month, and you get whatever you want.
After 17 months,
all the goods.
You get the
all
dirt.
the good. But we're having a lot more fun. We're laughing a lot. Mikey and I had a good sort of session today where we're just laughing at the ridiculousness of the world, especially when it comes to politics and society. We tend to just look at things from the perspective of like, this is just so bad that we can't do anything but laugh, or we either laugh or we cry, and laughter is way better, way more fun.
Oh, of course.
So
and we've earned some laughter, damn it.
Oh yeah.
Every tragedy since like 2016 we've covered.
Yeah.
And we're done doing that. It's someone else's turn to pick up the torch. Dumb crying off screen all day.
Yeah, it got a little spicy at the end before we switched over. So luckily we're doing a lot better. We're having a lot more fun and we're learning a lot. I do a segment called Creep of the Week now.
Oh, I gotta get I'll put that picture up for your background.
Yeah.
Picture of me, isn't it?
Neil, if you're just gonna spoil everything.
Sir.
I'm the creep of the week.
No, I can put it as a background for the after party. That'll be fun.
Yeah, perfect. So the new thing is Creep of the Week, because we gotta just
there's lots.
Let these creeps run out for a long time. These creeps know. Yeah, it's like you can't be a creep. You can't do this. And so today was Jim Jordan and his Ohio State stuff that he ignoring abuse allegations from the student wrestlers of their doctor. And just letting it all go out, like, no. Why? Because that's a whole other.
That dude.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's out of the running right now.
What's that? What was the first dude? Brian something?
Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend. Oh yeah, it was probably one of the worst things I've seen in a while. Where he and his co-host, so it's got this right-wing news, quote unquote. It's
on Rumble, because he's been banned from everywhere else.
It's not real news. It's just him with a camera crew and a microphone and a co-host and a woman co-host. And they're basically he starts off saying liberal women are ugly.
All of them. And then they go proceed and saying, well, they all want to be men. And so that's why they're ugly. They want to dress like men. They want to look. They won't want to shave. They don't want to put on makeup. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, is this like, this isn't even this can't be real. Like, is this something that somebody decides that they want to talk about? Who says this out loud
in front of another woman who is just like slightly going, like, should I continue this conversation, and then also feeding into it. So these talking about these kind of individuals is really important for me, because I feel like talking about the creeps, not the violent, the violence and the negativity, that's fine, but these are creepy. This is weird. and we have to live in this society. And I feel bad for the girl dads out there who have to look at these people and say this is how they're talking about women and girls. And that sound. Hello, baby.
She's doing the siren song again.
Hi, baby.
Go to sleep.
Hi, baby. I saw you earlier today, baby.
Yeah, I was. You can. No,
Hi,
yeah,
Kira.
later
Yeah.
though.
I don't get to see
God,
you.
just trying to nestle me. Come on.
Honey, you're not doing woman right. It's cringe. It's true. It is totally cringe.
Yeah, that's the whole womanhood thing. Like, oh, I feel really weird.
Doorknob headed.
No, yeah.
Want a barber shave your back for it?
Oh, because some of us don't shave because our backs hurt. I'm pretty sure that's not what she meant there, doorknob head, but it was nice of you to offer anyway.
Hey, he had a good. She says they charge too much.
My barber just used to use the old flybow. Just to get rid of the
whatever the.
I look like a walking advertisement for a carpet store, for fuck's sake. So.
You get shampooed, carpet shampoo. There you go.
Yeah, I get those dog groomer people. They chase me around. Oh, listen, I want to try this new shit. Get over here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, leave me alone.
I'd like to rent a rug doctor, please.
Oh,
for 1 hour. Good long scrub. Sleep, baby, sleep. It's okay.
Oh man. All right, I am burning up here.
Yeah, you don't sound good.
No,
You got a fever, homie.
Yep.
Oh,
You need sleep and all that stuff.
I should go get my talking thermometer and see what it says. But it's in Celsius, and I don't think you guys would understand. So,
hey, I can ignore Celsius as much as I want to. Thank you very much. It won't be long before you'll all be coming our way. I have a
conversion calculator on my phone right now that I can access. So,
haha.
Oh, we got Stormover Crin 04 on Twitch joining us. Hey,
hello.
Boo! It is that we're getting close. I just noticed today that they got the Spirit Halloween store just down the road from me. I'm gonna have to go check that out and see if they got any more cool shit in there. Just what I need to get more skulls all around my room. They're everywhere, but you guys can't see them. But there are skulls and dragons everywhere in here. Well, and Lego minifigures. So
I'm gonna do a very shamelessly dirty trick and ask Brenna a very loaded question.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
With the elections coming up, how important is voting to you? And then I'm gonna just light that and walk away. I got to change a diaper, so I already know this answer. Enjoy.
Oh, okay. So here in California, when I was younger, they changed the ability to vote, so register to vote, so you can register to vote on election day as long as you were 18 by that day. So when I was 18 in September, and then so by November, when our election day was, we could register to I could register to vote. So anytime during that time, because they up to day. So I took my brother, who's older than me, who did not register to vote when he was 18, and we registered to vote together. It was great.
Slap some sense into that boy, did you?
Yes, I'm like, you're over 18. You should have already done this, but okay, I'll help you. I'm younger than you, but whatever. So I did it. My first election that we voted for was everybody's gonna love this, was the recall of Governor Gray Davis and the election of his replacement, which was the clown car of Crazy. That's the election that we got Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor in California. So not only did we recall our governor, but we also got Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was also
that bad. I heard he was actually not so bad.
He was terrible.
Was he?
completely ruined. Yeah. He took $5 billion from the public school system in California.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
got
to open up a new gym is very expensive.
Well, it's the paying off of his mistresses, apparently. That
Oh
was
shit. Those Hollywood types, I tell you.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So if we're talking about how important voting is, it's not just important to vote, it's important to know what to vote and how you're going to vote.
Yeah, do some research, yeah.
To me, Arnold Schwarzenegger getting voted in as governor of California is very similar to what happened when it came to Trump, and the way that it was people thought it was funny. People thought it was
I kind of did too.
Like, ooh, look, no, he's not getting in, right? He's not. No,
you fucking won. Yeah,
it's like it's in the Brexit thing, right? The Leave didn't really realize that they were actually voting to leave, and it passed them. And then that also happened because voting is not a joke to me. It's an important part of our civilization, especially when it comes to people who have been marginalized when it comes to voting. Women didn't get the right to vote till 1920, and even that was limited. Black people, Asian women, indigenous women, especially, it's something that if you have once not had the ability to vote, you want to vote. You want to make sure. So Mikey asked how important voting is for me, especially in the next upcoming elections. It's very important, and I take it very seriously. So
everybody
if you're not registered, register now. If you're having trouble understanding how to register, reach out to somebody who might know. I'm a fan of registering people to vote. I know people who basically do it as like their hobby. Because it's important. There's lots of information there, and then there is something called a voting plan, because there are places that change the voting and election day, voting to election day, the laws about it, the policies involved in voting. And it's very important to understand what yours are. We were lucky enough to several years ago get automatic vote by mail. So we got automatic vote by mail. We get the ballot 1 month before election day. We can turn it in. We have ballot boxes. You can put it through the postal service, or you can hand it at voting locations. Especially on the last few days before voting, you need to turn it in to the vote, and you can see the entire process being done. We have video cameras that are, you load them onto the docks, you put them in through the machines, and you can watch the whole thing go, and you can actually go through and check to make sure that your ballot got counted, and it will tell you all the steps. So, Mikey,
they should do. They had something like that up here, I think. When texting first came out, they said when you vote, they'll let you know that your ballot was counted. And they would text you and let you know that your ballot was counted.
I get those.
It only happened once, so maybe it didn't work so well. I don't know.
Well, I check every time to make sure that my ballot was sent out. I received it when it was sent in, that they received it, and then when it was counted. And those are very important, especially in your states in which they start to do fun things with yours. Like, don't match up the address is off by a digit or something. Like, they'll really get in, and you need to reconcile that stuff. And there's ways to reconcile. But Mikey, let me repeat what I said to everybody. It's very important, and I take voting very seriously.
Yeah, Washington State's good.
Yes. It's very helpful, and it actually gets more people voting, which is why some places want to get rid of it and some places want to expand it.
I could see how Washington can afford to do that. Us in California, That's a lot of money wasted because
You're not in California.
she's in
You're
California.
not. I'm in California.
But
Brenna's in California.
Illinois has a large population.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm saying. Like to send those out automatically. Washington's much lower. What's wrong? It has a smaller population. It's true.
You
She
guys-
disagrees.
I think you need to pet that conversation off air. I think that's a serious conversation. Teacher, what's right? Yeah.
well,
So
I made
voting,
sure that when I turned 18, I registered to vote right
Yeah.
away because
Yeah.
I want my voice heard. Because you know what? People died for me to have the right to do that. So, well, they also died for people to have the right to not vote. But still, they died for your rights in general. So if you have the right to vote, fucking vote.
Yeah. And and don't waste your vote. It's not, it's important. You're voting for other people. You're voting for the people who can't vote, whether they're young, like children, whether they can't because they're immigrants and they can't have that right. You have to vote for people that can't because we all have to live here. We all living on this damn planet together. We might as well, work on it together.
I think Megan's onto something. Just put Bed Bath and Beyond in charge. They'll get those fucking posts right out to you guys, right? No problem.
Bed Bath and Beyond closed. You can't do that.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. Yeah. So register to vote. Check your voting. Check your registry. You need to check your registration. Make sure that you have a current registration and everything's up to date. That's actually really important, and that's how they get you, especially in these questionable places. Everybody, Georgia, Texas,
Tennessee,
and as for all you atheists,
Arkansas.
For all you atheists who say politics is important, that's not my thing. I just talk about street epistemology. Would you like to still be able to walk on the street and have those conversations with those people, or do you want them to get complete control over the government so that if you question them, they will jail you?
And stop pissing in myology.
I'll piss right damn well, please. Yeah, if you still like your freedom of
be able to do that,
your freedom of speech along with their freedom of religion, you should probably make sure that the people in charge are protecting it and not going to abuse it once they get in there. Like causing an insurrection and saying it's just free speech, stuff like that.
If the only thing you're worried about is taxes, I think you're worried about the wrong things. I think you need to worry about, human rights, especially because this is one of those heavy topics that we talked about, but especially after Roe versus Wade was overturned at the in the Supreme Court, I was crying on camera saying I'm not equal in my own country.
Yep, exactly.
And those are the things that voting is important, where people are dying because you thought that everything was going to be fixed for states' rights, but so far states' rights has not really done what the people want, which is important. Why voting is so important, because numbers, people, the numbers will get them. Indeed. They'll drive, but you got to go out there in numbers.
And if you look back, if some of you are old enough, politics didn't used to be like this. This is the religious right that have hijacked the Republican Party and are making the Republican
with Reagan.
The Republican Party do their fucking
California
bidding.
Governor Reagan.
If you don't care about politics, why don't you? But you only want to listen to pastors and watch their videos. Why don't you listen to some of the stuff that politicians are saying? It is the same, if not worse.
Al says I have to stay home now.
No,
if only.
Neil can't go anywhere these days.
But I have my own religion, apparently.
Ooh.
Freedom of religion.
Okay, we can do that. We can figure something out. I'll join.
Bow down and worship me. No, I'm kidding.
I'll join that cult.
Just wait. My head's about to
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
that'd
the
be
weird.
I think that would make me weird. That'd make me really like self-conscious if like people just came up like kneeling. I'd be like, oh, stop.
Hey. Don't use my
Oh.
name in vain.
Oh, he did that on purpose.
And he's gone.
He just drops bombs and leaves.
It's okay. My name's not spelled with a K. The K is silent.
Keneal.
Yeah. No, he said the K was silent. Didn't you hear?
I'm going to stab you with a knife. Okay, so.
That's how they used to say it, apparently.
What? Well, yeah, probably like old, we're not quite there yet English.
Yeah. Ye oldie English. Baby girl, if you spit that binky out when I sit down one more time.
Well, I think it was a good show, and I want to thank you for joining Mikey and me today, Brenna.
Thank you for
thumbs up for Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey, thank you for forcing me to do this.
Yeah, Mikey's actually behind the curtain that's behind her with a gun pointed at her head. Right?
Yeah,
that's the Mikey.
One hand.
It's the Mikey famine promise. Coercion at every turn.
Coercion, exploitation, and money laundering apparently too.
Oh, this is why
no. Thank you for inviting me. I'm I get like I'm sorry my religious background is so boring, but it's really nice not having a religious background.
I think it's still important to hear that some people grew up with it sort of like Christianity light and really didn't take to it, just to show a lot of people that are on the fence wondering, well, okay, so they were in it, but they didn't really believe it. See, I'm not believing it right now. So maybe I'm on the right path, right? It all kind of adds up for some people.
Yeah. And
believe me, Brenna,
contrary to popular belief, being an atheist does not mean I'm mad at God or rebelling against God.
I just want to
It literally means I don't have any reason to.
Yeah, I just don't believe.
There's no reason to right now. So yeah.
Convince me. And if you can't do that, well, then I'm going to stay an atheist. And they've yet to do that.
It's my base level.
It's not a religious background. It's a California background. It's a golf course. And Mikey's going to Photoshop some dinosaurs in there chasing the golfers, apparently. So that ought to be fun. Thumbs up.
He only comes in when his name is being called. Are you really Trump? She's like, no.
He's not Trump.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right. I want to thank everyone in the chat for hanging out with us. It's a lot of fun when you guys are here. We get to interact with you and post up some of your comments that are hilarious and stuff like that. So thank you, everybody. And also our amazing patrons and our members. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And it's great that you have decided to help us out. And I appreciate all of it.
Thank you.
And if you want to become a patron or member, there are ways to do so in the description box below. And my birthday's tomorrow, guys, so I do have a wish list on Amazon.
Lego,
which is also linked below.
There you go.
All the guest links are in the description box below, and you can find Brenna. I think I only have the bin podcast there for you, anyways.
I added your Instagram.
Oh, there you go. So there you go. You can stalk Brenna. I mean, follow Brenna around on the internet if you like. And and there is a link to the after party.
You can look at her crocheting and her knitting.
But guys, I doubt I'm going to be in the after party. I'm burning up here. I just I had to towel off my back there because I'm just starting to sweat like crazy. So I got to get rid of this flu. So because I got to go out for dinner tomorrow.
Yeah.
Meal-free after party.
I know.
Uh-oh.
It happens from time to time. Thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. Happy Neolopolis.
The Neilstis.
Yeah, that's right, Alma. Best way to make me happy. Lego! Because I don't have enough right over here piled up in the room.
Gotta build that Lego shelf, man.
I know. I'll build it out of Lego.
Right.
There you go.
It should just come in a box that's like goes on itself.
I'm not even touching that one. Not even touching that one. All right, everybody. Like I always say at the end of the interview section. Oh, by the way, if you want to be in the after party, let Mikey know and he'll get you a link.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, until then, guys, like I always say at the end of the interview part, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.